Flosstube. Welcome, welcome. In case you don't remember me, because it's been a while, I'm Michelle, and you've reached my channel, Farm Girl. So yeah, it's been a little while since I recorded. We've been super busy here on the farm. We've had our county fair this week, actually the day after tomorrow. Today is Monday. I think it's like August 21st. I have no idea if that's right or not. I did have to wait to do a video till my voice came back because I am getting over a cold. It's been super crazy around here. We've had some, I know I said I was going to record the 4th of July. I actually had one of my goats get really sick. And so I had the vet over on the 4th of July and said she is healing now. She's definitely out of the woods, but she had a case of gangrenous mastitis, and boy, is that ugly. So she did come pretty close to not being around anymore, but she's doing better now. She did lose half of her udder, and it's actually kind of one of the first cases of mastitis. I mean, I had one other case of mastitis, but otherwise we really haven't seen anything like that. So. And then to get the worst form of it was not fun. There's nothing that we could have really done to prevent it. I have a very strict regimen when we milk. We milk with gloves. We pre and post dip the teats, wipe them. We do everything that we're supposed to. Keep pens clean, heavily bedded. And they can pick up E. coli or staph. We don't know exactly what bacteria caused it. But obviously it was a bacteria, and they can pick it up anywhere. So it's kind of par for the course when you have dairy animals, or any mammal actually can really get mastitis. So she's doing better. And then we lost almost pretty much our entire flock of chickens to some SOB raccoon. We still haven't caught him. We have four chickens left, which we just let them free range now, so they are roosting up in the rafters in one of our buildings, because obviously our coop is not raccoon secure. So don't want to keep them in there, because then they won't be around too long. So they're doing fine now. They roost up in the rafters. There's where nothing can really get to them. So, and I just don't want to have to lock them in a coop. No fun for them. So when they've been used to free ranging, especially, they'd probably be fine with it. But I have been heavily stashing. I have got lots to show you. Actually, this is take 2 of this video, and the last one, it was really long. It was just too long, and so I don't think I'm going to show you my pile of stash. Maybe if I have a minute at the end, but I'm just going to jump right into it. Our county fair went great. My kids got fair trips, and actually, I leased goats to 3 kids this year, and they did so phenomenal. My kids and these leased kids have become like just best friends. They're from, all 3 of the kids are from the same family, just phenomenal group. Now that the summer's over and they're not over here all the time, part of their responsibility in order to show a goat was that they had to come over and milk and help do chores, and in return they got to show a goat at the fair as one of their projects, one of our goats. They did a phenomenal job. Took it very seriously, and I'm just so proud of them. And they would come over, and probably twice a week, all summer long, and they would milk, with my kids, milk the goats, and then every night they had a bonfire, roasted marshmallows, and just a great group of kids. And they started doing some volunteer work together at an elementary school, and they go shopping together, and they just hang out together, and it's a really good, safe group of kids that I've really enjoyed. I told them when we left the county fair, and they were all like waiting. I'm like, oh, I'm so sad. I feel like I'm getting a divorce and I'm losing custody of my kids. And then they missed it so much that the next week after the fair, they came over to milk anyways, just because they thought it was fun. And Logan, the middle child, came in the door, and he goes, "Mom, we're home." So yeah, I've really enjoyed having them around this summer. Hoping that they do it again next year. None of them are actually taking goats to the state fair, although they all 3 won trips, which is, well, I guess we didn't have, yeah, they all 3 won trips. They would have bumped 3 other kids. Justin's actually going away to college. He's going pre-med, so he's not going to be at the state fair. And then his brother had the champion Cochin rooster, so he's going to take that rooster with him as his state fair project. And then his little sister Natalie is taking a Holland Lop rabbit. So they all have, and they raise those themselves, and they've worked real hard in those project areas, so I can understand why they want to do that. Other than that, my daughter had the junior champion. Josh did really well. They both got honorable mentions for showmanship. One of my least kids, first year ever won, was a champion senior showman. All 3 of my least kids won interview champion or reserve champion, which is phenomenal for their first year in the program. It's great. It was probably our best fair ever. Not because they did well, because they actually didn't do as well as they did last year, but just super fun. Hanging out with friends, great parents. It's just a really fun time a fun way to spend the summer. So now we check into the state fair on Wednesday. That's the 4-H portion. So my children each selected one of their animals to bring, so they only get 1 shot. At the county fair, they can bring 2 per class. So if you have 2 junior kids or 2 senior kids, 2 yearling milkers, they didn't bring that many. They just bring 1 per class. But yeah, you have a lot more opportunity at a county fair. I mean, I think we brought like 10 or 12 goats between the 5 kids, and then the least kids, I only let them show 1 goat this year. They'll be able to show more next. So yeah, so state fair, it's a 1 trip, all or nothing, and you're competing. There's about 140 kids just in the dairy goat program, and then there's about 150 in the meat goat program. Big. So, 300 kids from all over the state of Minnesota up at the state fair. That's just goats. I think there was like 190 or 200 kids that showed sheep, quite a few that show swine, and then beef and dairy. And that doesn't include the chicken and the poultry kids, because they're, or poultry and rabbit kids, because they're housed in a different barn. So if you've ever been to the Minnesota State Fair, if you live here, you're really lucky, because we have probably, I think I mentioned before, the state of Texas has the next largest and next, or they have it's like the largest, or what is it? Most visitors or something to their state fair, but their state fair is twice as long, something like that. Ours is a hot and heavy 12 days, a few 100,000 people there every day. I think that they average like 5 to 10,000, something like that, crazy, that wander through every dairy barn, or all the animal barns daily. Dookie, what are you doing? Yeah, it's a busy, busy place. So Dookie had his first birthday on July 29th. Dookie, are you a big boy now? He also had a bath today because they were rolling around in mud. It's been raining nonstop, which is, a lot of people love the rain. I like the rain too, just not this time of year, because this means that my hay guy has not been able to get into his pasture to cut the alfalfa. And if it doesn't stop raining, then the alfalfa gets kind of overgrown, goes to seed, loses all the leaves, and loses all its nutritional value. So really hoping the rain stops, because the weather is super stressing me out right now. Right now I have about 6 weeks worth of hay in my barn. And we need to start stockpiling for winter, so that's a problem. This is kind of the stressor I go through every year. And what else? All right, well, let's get at it. I do have a finish. My stockings, I said I'd finish. Actually, I have 2 finishes. So here they are, ridiculously cute. These are Thanksgiving stockings from Plum Street Sampler. And I already actually passed the stash on these. I do need to put the Rick Rack on yet. And then inside I did not go with the charms that were on the package. I just bought these little brass ones at my L&S. Duke, And I have a timer set, so this can only be 45 minutes. I'm going to try really hard not to do any editing at all, so I can just post this. But there they are, super cute. I just changed a lot of the colors on his so that it matched the colors. Otherwise, it was a lot of the onyx, the black. And I just loved the fall colors in this one, so I really wanted to copy it in this one. So I'm thrilled with the way those turned out. Then, I think my last video, I was close. Hang on, just... Okay, sorry, I'm sure you heard the whining from the landing. I Miss Sophie pants. Right. Oh. Okay, you can go lay down. So I finished Coffee Saves Lives. So here's that. My daughter saw this. My oldest daughter was over with my grandkids yesterday, and she's like, "What did you spill on that?" I'm like, "It's a coffee ring. It's coffee sampler." She's like, "Looks dirty." So needless to say, she didn't care much for it, but I love it. I love the basket of donuts. I love it. It's ridiculously cute. This is probably just gonna sit for a little bit. I'll eventually frame it, I think. Then my latest start. I just picked this up. I also got a promotion, which you would think you'd be thrilled to get a promotion. I got enough going on. I don't need more responsibility at my job, but my husband kind of talked me into it because I've been doing the work. We had somebody who left the department in a bit of a huff and kind of took all of her knowledge with her and left us stranded a little bit. Thankfully, I have the background to do the job. And, Duke. So I kind of had to step up and put myself out there, which I tend to kind of just, you know, be a steady worker and not kind of shine in the limelight. At this point in my life, I'm pretty content with doing what I do and just having no drama. And it's been a week from hell. So last week, I treated myself to a pretty good stash pile if you follow me on Instagram. So this was one, and I started it right away. And this is a shepherd's bush, the trifles. There's a whole series. There's Easter, Thanksgiving, fall, spring, Valentine's Day. There's a whole set of them, and they're all kind of same. It's a little trio. I know my nails look a mess. They're super cute and pretty inexpensive. They've got little charms that go with it. And I'll show you my skirt on that. That's all I've got done. And I'm doing the big, the long pillow first. But I'll do all three of those. This has taken me like 4 days to stitch. I just have not really had a lot of time to stitch because we've had so much going on. And then here is the cute little button pack. How adorable is that? So it's got a pumpkin and some little googly eyes that go in the letters. And there's a little, let's see, there's the little blackbird and a little spider. There's the pumpkin. So yeah, really cute. And I also worked on, this is the Sampler Company, Brenda Keys, which is kind of, you know how Lori likes Darlene Osteen? Brenda Keys is my Darlene Osteen. So there is the Puritan Sampler. I'm trying to figure out how to do the border in satin stitch. The very outermost border is done in satin stitch. I just feel like it'd go way quicker if I could do this whole border. But the corners are kind of hanging me up, and I'm not sure how to do those. I mean, the rest of it would be fairly straightforward. Oh, so I'm trying to figure that out. Did I show this to you? So there's my my progress on that. Really cute. Love the colors. It's really drowning that out, isn't it? This light is so harsh. It's a little bit darker than that, but okay. Duke, please stop trying to bite the back of her legs. Duke, he's such a cheap shotter. And what else do we have here? Oops. I'll get that. Don't you dare, Duke. He eats everything. It makes me crazy. Okay. And I put a few stitches. Ooh, this is going to come out again. Really hoping to finish this by the end of the month. This is a Dimensions kit, old Dimensions kit. It's called Scenic Farm. Dan the man, Julie's husband from Reflections. I will link it below, her channel below. Her husband stitched this. This has been a whip of mine. I think this is about 4 years. It smells so stinking bad because it goes to the state fair with me every year. And it is super filthy. I don't know if you can really, do you see that? That's like real dirt. See that ring there? Yeah, that's dirt. I'm hoping that washes out. And I'm hoping I can get this. It literally, I took it out yesterday and my daughter was like, man, that smells like a barn. It smells like manure. Not quite like manure, but it smells like dirt. I mean, and animals. It's pretty rancid, but that's my progress. I got this little shed done here, and I'm hoping to be able to get some of that done. I just have not found time to do a lot of stitching lately. It's really adorable. I'm saving all the back stitch till last because I love to back stitch. So hoping that'll get done. Okay, and then next, and this isn't in any particular order. I also put a few stitches, just border in my carriage house samplings. Oh my gosh, that sounds right. Carriage house samplings. Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House. I think that sounds right. Anyways, so I've gotten the top 3 done. I put more of the black in. It takes forever to do that. I'm going to, my next block I think is going to be this center block, but I love it. I did modify this block. I know I haven't seen it for a while, but if you're new, I changed the, this little curtain thingy I just didn't understand, so I changed that to a sun, and I changed the little ledge to a branch. Oh, and I changed the birds to robins. And I did correct Isaiah. And I don't think I made any changes to this block. Really pretty. Love that. That block was, woo, that was a doozy. A doozy. Okay, I have an itch, so it's going to turn red. Oh, look at that. Okay, what else do I have? Oh, it feels like I did get a lot of stitching done. Next was also a Mania start. This is Glendon Place. Sleepy Hollow. Super cute. Love the colors in this. I cannot wait to stitch that moon. It's going to be so pretty. It's done in silks. This is how far I've gotten. This is fabric I dyed myself. And I'll give you a close-up. Now those little pumpkins have 4 different colors in them, and then they're back stitched. And it took a long time. This is like a solid 3 evenings of stitching. My little needle minder is from Tanya's, I think she's Tanya. Why can I never remember this? Tanya's Stitching Room on YouTube and Tanya's Sewing Room on Etsy. I'm not sure. I'll link her below. I won that in a giveaway. Super cute. Blingy little bat. This white here is Krennic. And then the rest is DMC. So this is super fun. I really want to, I'm going to do the entire border first. because it's a big border. And then this, once I get that done, I feel like I'll be really motivated to do that. That's the plan. Okay, and then next, I started, you know, I love everything Brenda Gervais. By the way, I wanted to correct myself in my last video. I credited Beth Twist of Heartstring Samplery for the tutorial. I feel like it's such an ugly color. For the tutorial about pulling a thread and pinning and stitching the corners of the project, and that was not Beth Twist. That was actually Brenda Gervais. I don't know how I screwed that up, but but I did put the correct link down below in the description box of my last video, so you can find it there if you have no idea what I'm talking about. She gives the same instructions here on how to finish to pull a thread, so that gives you a line in which to sew against. It was recommended to stitch this on a 28 count mushroom Lugana. I'm not a fan of even weave. I've said it before, and then every time I did, it's like I can feel people clutching their pearls and gasping out loud, and then I get a rash of comments. Why don't you like even weave? So, okay, stop. It's not against my religion. I'm not offended if you stitch on even weave. I just don't like it. There's no particular reason. I just think that the nature of the things that I stitch are just, I don't know. I don't know why. The older I get, the less I like even weave. I used to stitch on Joblin a lot back in the 90s. I just don't like it anymore. I mean, it's not like I never use it, because this is an even weave, this fabric here. I just prefer linen. So that's it. So don't ask me. Don't ask me. And you can use it. You go right ahead. Even weave is wonderful. I just prefer linen. I like the nubbiness. I like the unevenness. I like that, as crazy as that sounds. So here's lesson 1. You've all seen it. I also have completed half of lesson 2. And oops. Here is my progress. And so this is a, because I do everything on platinum. So this is a 28 count platinum linen. Platinum is almost identical to mushroom in the Lugana. Teeny tiny stitches. I did not enjoy this initially. I thought my stitches looked really uneven on the linen, and I debated on whether or not I made the right choice, and I persevered and just kept at it. Sorry, it's really wrinkly here. And I love it. I'm obsessed. I want to stitch everything 1/1. I love the 28 count because it's so teeny tiny and delicate. It's crazy how tiny that is, but it's easy to see because it's 28 count, so don't let it intimidate you. Abby, don't be scared, girl. Do it. There's my little dude. I did change up some of the colors. My LNS was out of a bunch of stuff because this was when the first one first came out and the whole world sold out of Mushroom Lugana. But I had this at home, and so I switched out the color, the turquoise blue for the bird. I switched it. I think the darker blue is actually still the called for color. I actually like this a little bit better. This is kind of my favorite blue, like that tealy blue. And the other one was kind of like a regular blue. So this works for me a little better. And then they were out of the red, and I had some overdyes. One is like seashell-y, and I don't remember what the other one is. But they're very, very similar, especially the darker one to what's in the pattern. The lighter one is less peach and more pink. And that works fine. And I love it. Love it, love it. So you do, I mean, there's kind of a theme. And so once I start with the blue, I kind of have to carry it through, which I obviously put a lot of thought into that when I started. But I love it. Love it. Totally obsessed with it. And The smaller ones only take like, I think it took me 3 evenings, and I didn't get a lot of time every evening to stitch, but I know you think every time I get on Flosstube I get some kind of crazed rash. I have not an autoimmune disease. Well, I guess it's an autoimmune disease. They're not really sure what it is. Not sure if it's something metabolic or not, but I have, I don't really know what to call it. One time I was diagnosed with Meniere's disease, and I don't think that's what it is, and neither, my neurologist does not share that opinion, but I have some balance problems, and so I feel like kind of like I'm riding a wave all the time. And then I break out in hives like almost daily. So they usually show up on my hands and feet, and it's usually just in the evenings. So why they choose to pop up during Flosstube videos, I don't know. But I try and ignore them, and I'm not allergic to you. Okay, I think that's all my whips and finishes. I have less than 15 minutes because I need to take Lucy to the vet. I did get some really nice gifts in the mail, so let me go through those. Lori from Mischievous Stitches. I think she sent me a lot of stuff. Every day I'd go out to the mail and there'd be something else from Lori there. First, I want to thank Michele Hudson contacted me on Instagram, and I follow her. She follows me. I love her stuff. I wish she'd do Flosstube videos. She's a California stitcher. She said she had stitched a Jane Eyre sampler, and she actually stitched it twice, and she knows my love for everything British. So she asked me if I wanted it, and I'm like, yeah, girl. So thanks, Michele. It's so cute. My daughter read Jane Eyre, so I think I'm going to stitch it for her. And I might change the wording. She kind of mockingly repeats a line out of the movie all the time, but she loves it, so I might stitch that for her. So thanks, Michele. I really appreciate it. Then Lori mentioned in one of her videos about American Sampler, and we talked about it on Instagram too. And I went and looked for the chart, and I couldn't find it, but I did find it. It's by Sandy Orton, I believe. Yes. And she does have a website, so you can find it on her website, and it's available for instant download, but it's like $20. So I just thought when I'm ready to stitch it, I'll continue to look for it, and if I don't find it, I can just download it. And Lori's like, girl, I got you covered. I'll send it to you. I got 2. So that's what she did. This then prompted me to have to buy Darlene Osteen's The Proper Stitch, which Michele at the Striped Rose, and I will have all these links down below, mentions in video number 3 of hers. Yes, I've watched it so many times, all of her videos, that I know exactly what's in every video. So in video number 3, she'll discuss that sampler, or that book, which is right here. And I think it's super handy, especially for this one, because there's lots of specialty stitches in that. And like, it has a diagram on the back of how to do the specialty stitches, but I just really think this book goes into much more detail. And when you're stitching those old samplers, oh, you're gonna need it. Okay, Lori also sent me, and these, this is double thank you to Lori and Debbie from D Squared. This is not it. Here we go. Get it together, Michele. Okay. Okay, so Lori, Debbie passed these on to Lori, and Lori had them already, so she knew I'd love them. So thank you, Debbie and Lori. These are, excuse me, these are samplers. The Needles Praise, Darlene Osteen, the Honeysuckle sampler. I love this. So pretty. I love these stitches in here. I love a good specialty stitch. That is so pretty. And a sampler of stitches. I mean, how fun. There are eyelets and satin stitches. Let's see what's in here. Is that all I see? Oh. Cross stitch, eyelet, satin stitch, herringbone stitch, rice stitch, queen stitch, Algerian eye, long arm cross stitch, four-sided stitch, double back stitch, eyelets. Yeah, I'm gonna need that book. And this one, Sophie, please stop. Long arm cross stitch, double herringbone, Algerian, Irish stitch. Yeah, that book is necessary. So thank you, Debbie and Lori. These are old stashers. I've seen a lot of people showing those though. And then Lori sent me, she had sent me so much stuff that she just stopped sending me notes with it and just started sending me post-its. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Lori. I love it. So this one she sent me because she saw, not that one, that's one I marked. She saw this adorable little goat. And I actually have a friend who stitched that pattern from this same magazine like many, many, many years ago and uses it as her herd sign when she goes to goat shows. So I'll insert a picture of that here. And it's so cute. And to be honest, chickens, goat, pig, and then there's a cow that looks like my Jersey cow. So I'm going to be doing them all. And I think, I haven't decided if I'm going to do some really fun variegated floss or what I want to do yet. So suggestions welcome. The other thing I found, oh, it looks like it's just on the back page. How cute is this? Totally want to stitch that. That's adorable. So that was a good one. Thanks, Lori. And then I have about less than 10 minutes. Emily and I think Lori has this one too. But I know the first place I saw it was Emily from Eclectic Possessions. This is adorable. I totally want to do this. This is another Taryn Traditions. These are still available, by the way. I think I bought both this and Needles and Pins for the Needles and Pins sale. Do I not have that up here? I'll provide the link below to the Facebook page. That is a stitch along with Lori and Emily. I don't think I have. I think I have it downstairs because I have it. That starts September 1st. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And then someday I'm going to do this one. That's a lot of background to fill in. Taryn, you've seen her stitching this. Again, everybody's channels will be posted below. She says she's got a lot to go, but she's got a lot done. And there is some back stitching, and I think I can't remember if she's got this rug or not, but she started like finishing the people, and I started panicking because I would really miss it. And yeah, Taryn, this is like mint. But there's a lot of Saturday Evening Post stitches. I actually have some old copies of Saturday Evening Post. If you're a feminist, you wouldn't want to read it because it will make you angry. But just so pretty. Americana, I love it. Oh, and then there's a stocking as well. So I love that. And then Dan the Man. I've already told Julie, this one cost me a lot of money and got me into a little bit of hot water with my husband. Actually, it wasn't that much, but this, after I finished Scenic Farm, Dan stitched this, and it is gloriously beautiful, and I'm going to do it next. It's another kit. This is only from 2009, but this one is tough to find. At the Scenic Farm, you can find. You've all seen this on Michele the Striped Rose, her sampler. It's a Man of Sense. It came out of Just Cross Stitch. I believe it's February. What's the date? February 98, I want to say. I don't know. I don't see the date. But it's Sheepish Designs, Man of Sense. And it says, when in love I do commence, may it be with a man of sense. And she did a Bargello pattern for the grass here. The flowers, lots of queen stitches again. But I had to have this. And with the 500,000 others of you. Oh, look, I got a tab in there. These are Darlene Osteen again. Let's see. What do I have? Oh, this is cute. I'm going to change the colors. How cute would that be with like green, red, and like a turquoise blue? Sorry, I have an alarm set. And then from Jen's Stitching Niche, I got my complimentary floss. Thanks, Jen, with a nice little note. And a Shakespeare's Peddler. And I'm going to refuse to do this until we see a video from Teresa. I think that's fair. So, KittenStitcher, we need to see your face on your own channel. But I do love the videos with them together. I love it. This is a super fun little sampler book. There's quite a few really cute patterns. I love this so much that I bought one and I passed it on to somebody who I thought would really enjoy it. And then I got sad that it was gone. And so I ordered a second one for myself, and this one just came. So, and I really like this one. Of course, my favorite is the cover. You know, I love me a good house. Look at that. Oh, and you know what? I also started Brenda. Oh, here it is right here. This was another whip that I started on. This is Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. Another Brenda Gervais. And almost forgot about this one. Oops. Oh, there went my needle minder magnet. Let's get it out of the way here. There's my start. Nothing too fantastic, but it's a start. My needle minder is from Tanya again. And I got a couple others from her that are really cute, and they're on projects. I tried to save them, but I bought them quite a while ago. What else do I have? My next start is going to be Casting Spells, Blisses of Blackbird Designs. I mean, they're just super smalls. They'll stitch up really quick. This box, I was surprised because I think this book is from 2011. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's from 2011. And so it shows the box here, and then there's another little pinky, super cute. But I'll be darned. Good old Hobby Lobby. There it is. This was like $7. Just paint it. I'll do if you'd like, I'll do a tutorial on how to paint it with the acrylic paints, distress it, age it, wax it, if that's something that you're interested in. I've done quite a bit of painting. And when you hand wax them, they just look so nice. So if you're not familiar with that technique, just comment below that you'd like to see something like that, and then I'll make sure that I do. It'll be just a photo tutorial. But I'll make sure to do that. And I do have like huge piles of stuff. I'm just going to go through these. Nicole Buckeye Stitcher. Just couldn't pass it up anymore. I will not be doing the fill all this in. That is so crazy. I noticed that when I got the pattern. I'm like, what? Nope, be doing this. So cute. Again, Nicole's channel will be posted below. I have a super secret stitch. Here you can see the fabric, Marlene. This is going to be a gift for someone who I would gift her the pattern, but if I showed the pattern, she'd just go out and buy the pattern. So I got the pattern, and I'm going to stitch it to her and send it to her by Christmas. If you've ever heard her talk about her lack of patience, but that she wouldn't pray about it because God might send her a trial. I mean, I don't want to say this is the trial, but so super, super secret in true Dina fashion, which her super secret, it drives me crazy because I want to know what she's stitching. She's doing one now. Hope you're taking good pictures, Dina. So, Marlene, you can see the fabric, which I hand dyed. So be looking forward to that. Oh, here they are. I didn't put them out. I did this video, full disclosure, yesterday, and then I thought I put everything away, but I didn't. So there's my needle minders. The little ruler. Do you love those birds? How pretty is that? This big. So pretty. Love it. And I'm not going to go through these because my alarm just went off that I need to take my dog to the vet. So thank you so much for being patient. I appreciate all the messages. I have gotten a few, and the encouragement and the we miss yous and the shout outs on your videos. A couple shout outs, Priscilla and Chelsea. Chelsea is going to get me into a lot of trouble. Priscilla, you've raised that girl right. They are adorable. I think my favorite is Priscilla's little giggle. Love it. I've enjoyed the mother-daughter teams. Still watching Steph and Pam. Love them, love them. Oh, Stephanie is hilarious. Yanni Stitcher, I think her name is it Yanni Stitcher or Yanni? I'll post it below. Oh, if you're not watching her, you are crazy. Her stitching is phenomenal, and how she gets so much done, I don't know. Beautiful lady. First of all, I love her accent, and I love the way she says my name. Love it. Oh my gosh. She does these major projects, and they're beautiful. Like, just really beautiful. Talented lady. Just going, Schoolhouse Stitcher. Jessica, my gosh, I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. Of course, her and I have a very similar stitching style. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of you, but I just always want to make sure I do at least a couple and let you know that I'm watching you. The post office was supposed to deliver my new keyboard today, so I haven't been able to comment on videos. If I do, I have to do it from my phone, and I just haven't taken the time to do that. So hopefully I'll get a new keyboard and be back at it soon. But thank you so much for watching. I hope not to be away this long. I intend to do a video from the State Fair this year of the Creative Arts Building. So stay tuned for that, because Minnesota has many talented stitchers. And I always go through that building several times. It's beautiful. So have a great evening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye. Thanks for watching.